Coming up on First at 4, we have the breakdown on the final January 6th committee hearing. And with an Arctic blast on the way just before Christmas, we have some tips and tricks on how to prepare your home.
Plus, it's milder as we head into midweek, but things are looking rather chilly and messy toward the late week. The very latest breakdown is ahead as Mountain News First at 4 starts right now.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, the House January 6th committee has unveiled a criminal referral for former President Donald Trump, citing evidence that it says merits prosecution by the Justice Department. Among the crimes the panel cited at its final public meeting this afternoon are obstruction of an official proceeding, aiding in an insurrection, and conspiracy to defraud the United States. CBS's Deborah Alfarone has more from Capitol Hill.
January 6 committee members say they believe former President Donald Trump is criminally culpable for the assault on the U.S. Capitol in 2021.
Evidence we've gathered points to further action beyond the power of this committee or the Congress to help ensure accountability under law. Accountability that can only be found in the criminal justice system.
The committee recommending the DOJ charge Trump with obstruction of an official proceeding, conspiracy to defraud the government, conspiracy to make a false statement, and inciting, aiding, or assisting an insurrection.
Depending on evidence developed by the Department of Justice, the president's actions could certainly trigger other criminal violations. Nor are President Trump and his immediate team the only people identified for referrals in our report. We are now referring 4 members of Congress for appropriate sanction by the House Ethics Committee for failure to comply with lawful subpoenas.
Trump slammed Schiff and the committee on social media and sent a message to his supporters saying Republicans and patriots all over the land must stand strong and united against the thugs and scoundrels of the Unselect Committee.
The committee has conducted more than 1,000 interviews and depositions as part of its investigation. Now, the final report, along with transcripts of the hearings, will be released on Wednesday, but the summary of that report will be released today.
Most Republicans are standing by the former president, calling the House Select Committee's work partisan. They're also preparing a more than 100-page rebuttal to the committee's report. The former president is already facing potential legal problems for his handling of classified material. At his Florida home, a special prosecutor has been tabbed to oversee that investigation. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Former President Trump has already declared he is running for the White House again in the 2024 presidential election.
Well, as we get ready for later in the week, let's not lose sight of just how nice it is outside right now. A little cool, yes, but overall not too bad out there this afternoon. Here's a look from downtown Pikeville from our Pikeville Medical Center camera. It's all quiet, at least at the moment. We will continue to see quiet conditions. Here's a look at downtown Hazard. And once we get in just a second to pull up there, it's looking pretty nice downtown. When we had, there it is, Triangle Park 37, the current reading there with the sun setting up toward Buffalo Mountain. A few clouds starting to work in, 37 there. And many of us remain in the upper 30s to lower 40s, depending on just how much cloud cover you've seen during the day. We'll continue to see those temperatures drop. More clouds on the way in. This system is going to gap us. You see part of the snow going on in the upper plains and rain to our south. That one's going to miss us. So for tonight, yes, we'll see mostly cloudy skies, but they should stay dry, and we're going to be calm with those temperatures in the middle and upper 20s. Details, though, including the latest on our big-time weather maker for the holiday the holiday weekend, coming up in a few minutes. Steve?
All right, Evan, and with that Arctic blast set to hit the region just before Christmas, protecting your pipes in your home could be crucial. Experts say finding ways to insulate your pipes as much as possible can keep them from freezing. Plumber Patrick Gooden says keeping pipes away from the Arctic air can make a big difference.
Almost all pipes that we find that's cracked is near where wind can get in. A crack in the foundation vents open, foundation doors open, things of that nature.
Gooden also says plugging any holes in your walls can keep the wind from affecting your pipes. We'll have more about this coming up at 5:30. This holiday season, several recovery clinics across the mountains are working to make Christmas special for those in their care. One of those facilities is the Volunteers of America Mid-States Freedom House in Manchester. Along with providing Christmas activities and outings for recovering mothers and their children, the facility is also hosting its Hope for the Holidays campaign, inviting everyone to donate gift cards, personal hygiene items, toys, and clothes for those staying there.
We've all had times that we've been down on our luck. You know, some of these people have made bad choices. That doesn't make them bad people. So we really want to love on them and show them that, hey, we're here for you and we want to do whatever we can.
There are drop-off locations for donations at the Axis Coffee Shop, the Dollar General, and Walmart in Manchester. Those with the Freedom House say Hope for the Holidays will continue until Friday. With the countdown to Christmas well underway, health professionals have some reminders on how to manage the stress and demands of the holidays. Maddie Paul reports.
The holiday season is full of joy, yet it can also bring an unwelcome guest: stress. The American Psychiatric Association says 31% of Americans anticipate being more stressed this holiday season than last year.
Readjusting after COVID, that we did slow down and now we're jumping back into a quicker pace again. And so the results of that are numerous. We can experience physiological, psychological symptoms.
The expectations, the change of routine, social gatherings, and more can lead to a lot of stress during these days, which can impact health.
Examine those expectations and to look at which ones are realistic and which ones might be contributing to more stress for you.
For many, this time becomes the hardest after the loss of a loved one.
It's really difficult to lose your spouse and go through the first Christmas without him.
Mayo Clinic says for anyone going through tough times, acknowledge your feelings, set aside differences, plan ahead, don't abandon healthy habits, learn to say no, and seek your support systems.
Or even honestly reminding yourself of times where you've done difficult things can sometimes bring up those internal resources. And then external resources. Who are the people that are there for you?
My support system, I have a lot of people who are supportive of me. I have a support group I go to. I have wonderful friends who are helping me get through the whole experience.
Well, coming up on First at 4, one nonprofit in neighboring Virginia is giving back to local businesses this holiday season.
Plus, we continue to watch cold air move back into the mountains late this week. The latest progression on our Christmas time system coming up after this.